Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission today is really specific, actually. We want to give you, the founder, the entrepreneur, a practical, immediate roadmap, the goal, to gain a real competitive edge using AI. And we're focusing only on the best free learning resources out there. So no huge budgets needed, no deep technical background required.
Yeah, and to really grasp why this is so urgent, it helps to look back a bit. We're basically seeing a repeat of the early 1990s and the rise of the internet. It's that kind of turning point.
That's a great comparison.
Think about it. Lots of leaders back then just resisted. They thought the web was, a fad or just for techies. But the ones who leaned in, they became today's giants. Your Amazons, your Googles, they really built the future we're living in now.
And the difference this time feels like the speed, right? The sheer velocity of it.
Oh, absolutely. The AI shift is happening so much faster than the internet era. It's not really a niche tool anymore. It's becoming fundamental infrastructure.
Yeah, and our research backs that up. We're seeing, over 200,000 entrepreneurs already using these free accessible tools?
That's right. And not just for basic automation of boring tasks. They're using it to genuinely accelerate growth/costs.
And unlock creativity too, right?
Yeah.
In ways that just weren't feasible even a few years back.
Exactly. But there's a key thing we need to make super clear for everyone listening.
Okay.
Your goal here isn't to become a data scientist overnight. That's a trap a lot of founders fall into, and it just leads to feeling overwhelmed.
Right. Analysis paralysis.
Totally. The real goal is, let's call it application fluency. Knowing enough to use these tools strategically, and crucially, knowing enough to ask the right questions about where AI can actually solve your biggest business headaches.
Application fluency. I like that. So foundation, fluency, and then applying it. Okay, let's dive into that roadmap. Where do we start building that foundation?
We have to start with the essentials. You need to understand just fundamentally how this stuff works.
Which means going straight to the source, really. Resource number one, the OpenAI Academy.
Yep.
Makes sense, right? If you want to understand models like GPT, learn from the people building them.
And what's great about the Academy is it's not just dense theory. It focuses on practical application frameworks. It explains how the models work, but in plain English, and then gives you actual blueprints for using AI in the core parts of your business, marketing, sales, product operations.
So it gives you the language you need to actually manage it or talk to people about it.
Precisely. You learn how to brief a team or maybe an external contractor effectively.
And the impact can be pretty immediate, hitting the bottom line quickly. We found that Saw's founder case study.
Oh yeah, the support chatbot one.
That's the one. They used the Academy's frameworks, built this internal chatbot, and boom, a 70% drop in response time.
70%. That's huge. And their support costs basically got cut in half.
Right. A game changer.
And what struck me about that example was they didn't need to hire a big tech team. It was all low code, applying the framework.
Yeah.
Focusing on structuring the task for the AI, not building the AI itself.
That's the key takeaway, isn't it? You're learning to manage the intelligence, not necessarily build it from scratch.
Yes.
Okay, so managing intelligence needs fluency, which brings us perfectly to our second resource, AWS Skill Builder and their course, Foundations of Prompt Engineering.
Yeah, this is critical. If AI is the engine, prompts are like the steering wheel and the gas pedal. You need to know how to use them.
So prompt fluency is becoming a basic skill.
I'd argue it's becoming non-negotiable. Like knowing basic spreadsheets or how to make a presentation slide. It's getting that fundamental. This AWS course, it's free, just 4 hours. And it really drills down into techniques for getting reliable results. How to structure your instructions, giving context, defining the AI's role, providing examples.
Because just asking a vague question gets you vague answers.
Exactly. Garbage in, garbage out still applies. You need precision.
We saw a great ROI example on this too, the e-commerce company. Can you walk us through that one?
Sure. So this founder really mastered prompt engineering. They used those principles to rewrite, get this, 10,000 product descriptions.
10,000. What?
Yeah. And they did it systematically. They prompted the AI specifically for SEO keywords, for buyer psychology triggers. And the result, sales jumped 12% in the first month.
Just from rewriting descriptions using better prompts? No new marketing spend?
Nope. Just better inputs driving much better outputs. That's the power of prompt fluency.
Incredible efficiency. Better inputs, better outputs.
And a pro tip here for anyone starting with prompting. Try chain of thought prompting.
Explain that a bit.
Instead of just asking for the final answer, guide the AI step by step. Ask it to outline its reasoning, then refine each step. Treat it less like a magic box and more like a consultant you're working through a problem with.
Got it. Makes sense. Okay, so we've got foundational knowledge from OpenAI, prompt fluency from AWS, but this field changes, like daily. How do we stay current? We need real-time info, right, from the ground floor.
Exactly. Formal learning is great, but the knowledge has a short half-life. So we pivot from formal courses to community intelligence. Resource number 3, Reddit. Specifically, the subreddit RAI for small business.
Reddit. Okay, this community?
Because it's raw and real. It's where actual small business owners are sharing what really works. They cut through the hype. You find out which tools genuinely saved someone 10 hours last week and which ones were, a waste of time. It's like real-time troubleshooting and validation from peers.
Makes sense. Any standout examples from there?
Yeah, there's a great one from a bakery owner.
Okay.
She described automating her entire order management. Used simple tools, Zapier connecting with ChatGPT. It handled online orders, sent text confirmations, updated inventory automatically.
Wow. And the time savings.
She clocked it at 15 hours per month.
Yeah.
Saved. That's time she can now spend actually baking or marketing or, scaling her business, not just managing orders.
That's huge, taking back human time. Okay, so Reddit is the ground level. What about looking higher up, maybe at best practices from successful startup?
Right. For that kind of strategic insight, we look at resource number 4, the Y Combinator YouTube channel. They backed Airbnb, Dropbox, even OpenAI itself.
Yeah, they know a thing or two about scaling tech companies.
Exactly. Their channel isn't just tech demos. It's full of practical playbooks, founder interviews. It's really about cultivating an AI-first mindset. How to structure your thinking, even if you're just a tiny startup.
Thinking like the giants, basically.
Pretty much. And they show how it plays out. There's that example of the YC founder analyzing user feedback.
Oh, right. Tell us about that.
Yeah, instead of needing like a 5-person team spending weeks sifting through thousands of feedback tickets manually.
Which is slow and expensive.
Right. They built an AI workflow. It analyzed all that feedback in hours. Hours. Think about that speed advantage. They could identify issues, understand user needs, and inform feature launches almost instantly. That's a massive competitive edge.
Okay, so ground level insights from Reddit, strategic mindset from YC. But what about seeing how the really big players apply AI at scale? Can we learn from them?
Definitely. And that's where our next 2 resources come in. They kind of work together. First, Google AI Magic Business Applications.
Google's own stuff.
Yeah, they showcase how they use AI internally for massive operations, logistics, marketing, resource allocation. Now, a startup isn't going to replicate Google's data centers.
Obviously not.
But you can study their thinking, how they approach optimization problems, how they frame efficiency gains using AI. You adopt the high-level strategy.
And does that actually work for smaller companies? Copying Google's thinking?
The sources show it does. We found this logistics startup example. They studied Google's AI routing methods. They couldn't build Google's system, but they applied similar optimization principles using available tools.
And the result?
They cut their delivery times by 30% and fuel costs by 18%.
18% fuel reduction. That's serious money, especially now.
Absolutely. And that kind of efficiency gain used to require huge investment in custom software. Now, the core ideas are accessible through these resources and off-the-shelf tools. It really does change the landscape.
Okay, so Google shows the scaled thinking. How do you translate that into something you can actually do tomorrow?
That's where resource 6 comes in. Ideabrowser.com. Think of it like a search engine specifically for AI use cases in different industries.
So you search for your specific problem?
Exactly. You type in, say, AI for lead scoring in digital marketing or AI for inventory management in retail, and it shows you workflows and examples of how others have solved that exact problem using AI.
So it shortcuts the trial and error.
Totally.
Yeah.
It eliminates a ton of guesswork. We saw an example of a solopreneur running a small digital agency, searched Idea Browser for AI and lead scoring, found a workflow that looked promising, basically copied it, doubled their sales pipeline within a couple of months, just by implementing a validated workflow they found there.
Wow. Okay, that's very practical. So we've built the foundation, got the real-time feedback loop, seen scaled examples. What's the next level?
The next level is moving beyond just using individual AI tools towards actually building and scaling more structured AI workflows and agents.
Agents, like automated helpers.
Yeah, AI systems designed to perform specific tasks autonomously or semi-autonomously. And this is where founders often get intimidated, thinking it requires deep coding skills.
Which isn't necessarily true.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah.
That's why resource number 7 is OpenAI's own practical guide to building AI agents.
Okay, what does that guide offer?
It's step-by-step guidance, how to build them, how to train them, and importantly, how to connect them into your existing business workflows. Think support bots that can triage complex issues, scheduling assistants, custom follow-up systems.
Things that take up a lot of manual time.
Precisely. The beauty is their autonomy. We saw an example of a freelancer who built themselves an AI project manager using this guide.
Seriously, what did it do?
It handled meeting scheduling, sent client reminders, tracked project status,
Yeah.
basically all the admin overhead. It freed the freelancer up to just focus on the actual creative work, the high-value stuff.
That sounds amazing, but probably complex to build.
Well, the pro tip here is crucial. Start small. Don't try to build your entire company's operating system on day one. Pick one single, annoying, repetitive workflow, maybe email follow-ups, and automate that first. Build confidence, then scale up.
Makes sense. Learn to walk before you run. Now, with all these tools and agents emerging, the landscape changes constantly. How do you keep track without getting lost in the noise?
You need trusted curators, people who filter the flood of information for you. Which leads us to Resource 8, the Matt Wolf YouTube channel.
Okay, why Matt Wolf specifically?
He does a really good job of providing concise weekly breakdowns. He tests tools, shares practical workflows, especially for entrepreneurs focused on marketing and content creation, like video.
So he cuts through the hype.
Yeah, you're getting summarized, actionable intelligence rather than having to read every single product launch announcement yourself. It saves a ton of time.
And the impact can be significant.
Definitely, especially on output. We noted a content creator who learned about some AI-powered video editing workflows from Matt's channel. She reported cutting her editing time by 80%.
80%.
Yeah, which meant she could publish twice as often without working any more hours. That completely changes the economics of her content business.
Okay, one last piece. As a company starts to adopt these tools more broadly, maybe grows a bit, things can get chaotic if everyone's doing their own thing, right? You need some structure.
Absolutely. Ad hoc AI usage doesn't scale well. Which brings us to our final resource, number 9, Microsoft AI Enterprise Perspective.
Microsoft. Isn't that for huge corporations? Why should a startup care about their enterprise stuff?
Because the principles scale down. Adapting bits of the big company playbook gives you much-needed structure for adopting AI responsibly and efficiently. Microsoft offers frameworks for things like onboarding teams onto AI tools, creating internal training programs, developing responsible AI policies, all stuff a growing company needs eventually.
So it provides a template for managing AI as you grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it prevents chaos. We saw data from a 15-person startup that actually adapted parts of Microsoft's enterprise playbook. They created their own internal training, set some clear policies.
And did it make a difference?
Within 3 months, they reported time savings in every department.
Yeah.
Sales, marketing, product, admin. Because everyone was working from a shared, structured approach instead of just winging it.
Structure brings efficiency. Okay, that's the whole map, 9 key resources. Let's pull this all together. For the founder listening, maybe still feeling a bit overwhelmed, what are the absolute must-do takeaways?
Right, let's cut through any remaining paralysis. Based on everything we looked at, there may be 3 critical points.
Okay, number 1, technical skills. Still worried they need to be a coder?
Let's hit that one more time. No, you do not need deep technical skills to get started. If you feel overwhelmed, start with confidence building. Go to the OpenAI Academy for the basics, then immediately do the AWS Skill Builder course for prompt fluency. That's your starting block.
Got it. No coding required initially. Second point, where's the fastest win? If they want to see quick results, where should they focus first?
The data suggests focusing first on customer-facing processes.
Like what?
Things like customer support automation, using AI for sales copy generation, or optimizing marketing campaigns. These areas tend to show tangible, measurable ROI the quickest. That helps you build momentum and get buy-in from your team.
Okay, target customer-facing tasks for early wins. And finally, let's talk risk. You mentioned Blockbuster earlier. What's the real cost of just waiting, of hesitating?
Yeah, the Blockbuster versus Netflix analogy is apt here. The biggest risk of not adopting AI isn't that some robot is going to suddenly take your job tomorrow. The real risk is that your competitors do adopt these tools. They use these free resources, these frameworks we've talked about, and they become faster, leaner, more efficient.
So you risk falling behind.
Exactly. AI often doesn't replace people entirely. It augments them. It handles the first drafts, the data crunching, the scheduling, the grunt work. If you ignore that, you risk becoming comparatively slower, more bloated, less responsive than competitors who are leveraging AI. You're essentially choosing to operate with a handicap.
That puts it starkly. So the core message seems to be AI isn't some future tech project. It's an immediate superpower for founders.
Absolutely. And these 9 free resources, they are the on-ramp. They let you become AI native without needing a huge budget or years of study.
Build a foundation, get fluent, find workflows, start automating.
Precisely. And if we loop back to the idea of agents and automating workflows,
Yeah,
the ultimate goal is to eliminate those low-value, repetitive tasks that drain your time and energy, so you can focus purely on strategy, innovation, scaling.
makes perfect sense.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening to take away and chew on this week.
Okay, leave us with a challenge.
Look back at, say, your last 20 hours of actual work. Identify one task, just one single, maybe painful, definitely repetitive workflow. What's the one thing you'll commit to learning how to automate or starting to automate this week?
Find that one thing and tackle it. That's your assignment. Go build that efficiency. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.